This presentation explains the subject choices available in the European school system for years, S4 and S5, also known as the pre-orientation cycle. The main differences compared to S1 to S3 are as follows. 1. You can choose either 4-period or 6-period mathematics, depending on how much you want to focus on mathematical or scientific studies in the future. 2. Integrated science will be split into 3 separate subjects: biology, chemistry, and physics. These subjects will continue to be taught in your language too. 3. Human sciences will be divided into 2 subjects: history and geography. These subjects will continue to be taught in your language too. 4. You can select optional subjects from the following: Luxembourgish, art, music, ICT, Latin, language 4, or a new subject, economics. More detailed explanations about these subjects will be provided later in this presentation. You need to choose a minimum of 4 periods of optional subjects, ensuring that the total number of periods does not exceed 35. Key points to consider during this phase of subject selection. The choice between 4-period and 6-period mathematics already has a significant impact on the direction of your academic career. If you choose 6-period mathematics, you must have a minimum of 33 periods in total. This is the last opportunity to change your working language. If you change your working language later, subjects such as history, geography, and economics will still continue in your original L2. S5 might be the most challenging year in the European baccalaureate system. This is because you will still need to study all subjects, including sciences, L2 subjects, and L3. At the end of S5, you will need to complete harmonized compos in 9 subjects over 7 or 8 days, which can be a demanding task. In the timetable, options are scheduled either in the mornings or afternoons. This means it is possible to have school on Friday until 4 p.m., and on some days your school day may start at 9:55 a.m. There are some restrictions. You can choose only one of the 4-period courses: Latin, economics, or language 4. A course will only be created if enough students choose it. You cannot change your subject during the cycle. A change can be requested at the beginning of S4, but not after September. The only possible change during the cycle is between 4-period and 6-period mathematics. If you choose 6-period mathematics, you must have a minimum of 33 periods. This requirement is part of the regulations, but also ensures that you have the option to switch to 4-period mathematics if needed. Any such change should be requested after the semester. If you switch to 6-period mathematics, a level-up test may be required. You can choose Latin only if you have studied it in S2 and S3. Latin is a subject that can be continued until the end of your studies and taken as a back subject in the final exams. Economics can also be studied until the back and is taught in L2. If you decide to start economics in S6, a level test is required. Additionally, there is an introductory economics course available in S6. In S4, you have the option to start a new language, language 4. No prior knowledge is required to take this course. However, it is a good idea to consult with your L2 and L3 teachers to determine if pursuing the linguistic path might be suitable for you. At our school, we offer L4 in German, English, French, Italian, Luxembourgish, Portuguese, and Spanish. A course will only be created if enough students choose it. Additionally, if you wish to start L4 in S6, a level test will be required. Art and music are also back subjects. The further you progress in these subjects, the more academic skills are required. Therefore, it is advisable to consult with your teacher before making your choice. It is possible that these subjects will be taught in your L2 or even L3, depending on your timetable. Often, the course is also multilingual. Additionally, if you decide to start these subjects in S6, proof of skills will be required. ICT is a subject that can be continued in S6 and S7 as a complementary subject, meaning there will not be a final exam. It is also possible that ICT will be taught in L2 or another language the student knows. Students can start ICT in S6, but in that case, some prior skills, primarily in programming, are required. In S4 and S5, the school offers 2 Luxembourgish courses. The advanced course is designed for students who are already fluent in the language, while the basic course continues from S3. Remember that these choices will apply to the entire cycle. You can request to drop or change a course at the beginning of S4, but this will not be possible after that. Therefore, it is important to carefully consider what you want to choose. Focus on your own interests and what you want to study. While it's good to listen to others, the final decision should be yours. What should guide my choices? Your choices should be guided by your skills, interests, long-term goals, and research. This includes discussions with teachers and using tools like Unifrog. Who can help? Teachers of specific subjects, orientation teachers, class teachers, or parents. Additionally, the S3 Class Council will confirm some of your choices. Can changes take place during the cycle? S4 to S5? Changes can only be made until the end of September via an official request. After that, the only change allowed is switching between 6-period and 4-period mathematics, or vice versa. Should I be worried about baccalaureate choices at this point? Not necessarily. S4-S5 is a strong academic cycle in its own right, and in 2 years you will receive guidance to make informed subject choices for the baccalaureate cycle. In S4 to S5, you will be assessed using a numerical scale from 0 to 10. Marks will be given with half-mark precision, with 5.0 being the minimum passing grade. In each semester, you will receive 2 marks, an A mark and a B mark. A mark is based on continuous performance and can be assessed through tests, projects, participation, homework, or other assignments. B mark is based on test performance. In S4, it is determined by 1 B test per semester. In S5, during the first semester, it may be based on 1 or 2 tests. At the end of the second semester, there will be a harmonized composition, compo, in the 9 core subjects, which determines the B mark for those subjects. Other subjects will be assessed in the same way as in the first semester. At the end of the year, you will receive a final mark, the C mark, which reflects your overall skills in the subject. The C mark is not necessarily an average of your A and B marks, but must fall between the lowest and highest A and B marks. The C mark determines whether you will be promoted to the next year. If you wish to change your language, contact your respective language teachers as soon as possible for professional advice. Send a letter via email to the cycle coordinator by the end of March, explaining what you want to change and why. Be sure to also note this in the online form. A language test will then be organized in June. As mentioned earlier, harmonized compos will take place at the end of the second semester in S5. 9 exams will be organized over a period of 5 to 10 days, typically within 7 or 8 days. These exams will cover the following subjects: L1, L2, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, L3, geography, and history. This may be the most demanding examination experience of your school career, designed to help prepare you for the final examination. Your main goal should be to achieve the European Baccalaureate. In the back cycle, S6 to S7, you will have more options to choose from. Be sure to watch the video about S6 to S7 subject choices available on this channel.